Okay, so welcome to another edition of this solution to the assignment. Now, for number 8 question actually is not complete if you check it very well. There should either be minus, plus, or a particular sign in between B and C somewhere in the question. So I'll be moving straight to number 9 question now. Given that 4 into y minus 2 all squared equals k into y minus 1, where k is a constant, show that the sum of roots equals to their product, that is the product of roots. Then another thing is that I should find the value of k for which the difference between the roots is this. Okay, let me quickly do the solution as soon as possible, as quick as possible. Now expanding, this becomes 4 into y squared minus 4y plus 4 equals to ky minus k. Just follow me as I solve. So this is 4y squared minus 16y plus 16 equals to ky minus k. Bringing everything here becomes what? 4y squared minus y into 16 plus k. How? This comes here to become negative. So bringing y out, because y is common, makes it what? Makes it positive. Now then minus what? Plus 16 plus k equals to what? Equals to 0. So collecting like terms or bringing like terms together, this becomes negative here. This becomes negative y into 16 plus k. This remains plus 16 plus k equals 0. Now solving now, what does this become? Now the question now says I should do what? I should show that the product is equal to the sum. Remember, alpha plus beta represents sum of roots. Sum of root is minus b over a, which is minus, my b is what? Minus 16 plus k. This is my b. Over a is what? Is 4. Now, you know that this becomes what? This becomes plus automatically. So that becomes 16 plus k all over 4. Now, for product of roots, alpha beta, this is equals to what? C over a. My c is what? 16 plus k by default. So 16 plus k over a is what? Is still 4. So now compare my solutions. You can see that they are equal. So in conclusion, number 1 question is answered, or part 1 question is answered already, where I can answer that what? Alpha plus beta equals to what? Alpha beta. Now this is as simple as this. Now for the second equation, we have to find the value of k for which the difference between the roots are what? This. That is number 2. I want to prove that, or I want to solve where this is equals to what? 3 over what? Over 4. So follow me closely as I solve this question. From this point, let me draw a demarcation like so. From this point, applying completing the square method, what do I have? Divide out by 4 first. That becomes y squared minus y over 4 into 16 plus k plus 16 plus k all over what? 4 equals to what? 0. Then let me transfer my constant to the right hand side. That becomes what? Y squared minus y over 4 into 16 plus k equals to minus into 16 plus k all over what? All over 4. Now I might be jumping some steps here. What I'm going to do next, I'm to half the y term and then square and add the coefficient of the y term to both sides. So let's see how I can do that as fast as possible. So that's y minus y over 8 into 16 plus k all squared is equals to minus 16 plus k all over 4 plus what? Minus y over 8 into 16 plus k all squared. Now working with it, what do I have? This is y minus y over 16 over 8, into 16 plus k all squared equals, this is minus 16 plus k over 4 plus what? Y into 16 plus k all squared all over what? 60 what? All over 64. Okay, so there should be squared on my y also. Now, have you noticed this? What do we have? This now becomes what? Y minus y over 8 into 16 plus k all squared equals to, expanding or finding the LCM, which is 64. What does this become? This become 16 goes here, because 64 divided by 4 is 16. 16 times this, that becomes minus 256 minus 16k plus y squared into what? 256 plus 32k, then plus what? K squared. Now this is what I have. Okay, this should be 1 over 8. I was also wondering. This should be 1 over 8 if I like the coefficients. This should be 1 over 8. Sorry. This should be 1 over 8. 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 And this should be 1 over, relatively. Now from here, what do I now have? Y minus what? I can say this is the same thing as 16 plus k over what? Over 8 all squared equals to, now expanding, I have what? Minus 256 minus 16k plus what? 256 plus 32k plus what? K squared all over 64. Now note, this will cancel this out. If they cancel out, what then remains? Now what remains becomes what? What remains becomes y minus 16 plus k over 8 all squared, that's from here, equals to what? Minus 16k plus 32k is what? That's 16k plus k squared. So that's equals to 16k plus what? K squared all over what? All over 64. Okay, now finding the square root of both sides. This becomes y minus 16 plus k all over 8 is equals to the square root of 16k plus k squared all over what? Square root of this is already 8 automatically. Now what does this now become? It means my y is equals to what? 16 plus k all over 8, which is this, comes to this right hand side, plus or minus the square root of what? 16k plus what? K squared all over what? 8. It implies that my alpha is equals to this, and my beta is equals to this. The difference is just what? I separated this and gave it to both alpha and beta. Now applying what I was told to apply, that is alpha minus beta equals to equals to 3 over 4, now becomes what? It now becomes alpha minus beta becomes what? 16 plus k all over 8 plus 16k plus k squared all over 8 minus this 16 plus k all over 8. This becomes plus 16k plus k squared all over what? All over 8. Now note, this cancels out. What remains is 2 of this. 2 of this becomes what? Becomes 2 over 8 into 16k plus k squared, which is the same thing as 1 over 4 into what? 16k plus what? K squared. Now that's my alpha minus beta. Now remember we said is equals to what? 3 over 4, which is the same thing as 15 over 4. So therefore alpha minus beta, which is equals to 15 over 4, becomes what? Root 16k plus k squared all over 4 is equals to 15 over what? Over 4. Now we can see this cancels out, leaving us with what? 16k plus k squared equals to what? 15. If you find the square of both sides, I'm going to have this as what? I'm going to have this as 16k plus k squared equals to 225. Now from here, I believe you can solve the rest of the question. So from here you can get your answer.